welcome to first ever Cascadia foundational class.
Hi.
Thank you for coming. This is the first one. I was not hoping this many attendance. That's pretty amazing.
You weren't hoping for this many?
No, I was like probably 1 or 2 will show up, and then I will start with that. But pretty good attendance. It's really important. Why it's important is because you guys will learn basics, and every time you master the basics or go back to basics, you actually get better at your lips or better at anything you do. Best athlete in this field, any sport, they always go back to basics. They spend time with a really good coaches learning basics. I just saw one of the video posts from Ben Smith, and he was powerlifting with the strongest man in the world, learning basics. So it's always good to be open to learn basics, and every time you do that, you get better. I have experienced that. Every time I stuck, I feel like I'm not moving or I'm not getting better, I just back off. I bring down my PR 20% down and go back to basics and practice that, and it helps in the long run. So whole objective is to get better, right? We want to get better, and this is one of the way, a really good way. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna work on press, overhead press today. Structure of the class is gonna be, we'll talk about skill. We're gonna do a lot of drills with PVC and probably empty barbell. I'm gonna talk about cues to help each other. When you see somebody doing it wrong, I wanted to have you know that knowledge, because when the person is doing it, they don't really know if they are doing it right or wrong. They're just in the workout. Next, if you're counting the reps, if you're around them, you can actually help them give the small cues. So having these cues handy is gonna help everybody, you know. Really important to help each other. That's how we grow. So remember that. I'm gonna talk about mobility. What are the specific mobility to get this overhead pieces like make it better. Everybody have a limitation overhead. Everybody has something to get better at. We can always have new mobility drills for all the weaknesses. So we'll actually go individual one by one and then talk about all the mobility drills. Make sense? And then we're going to talk about efficiency and scaling options. When you see a workout here, how do you approach to a workout? If there are this many reps, how do you scale the weights? What should you do in the situation when workouts asking you to do something? If it's a high volume, it's a low volume. How should you make decisions and make most out of your workout? Make sense? So that will be the last piece. I think this is going to give you a lot of information. Last piece I think is really important. You might actually have this scale and drills already inbuilt. We're going to still go through all of those. Make sense? So press. We're going to talk about 3 types of movement, 3 to 4. We'll see how much time we have, and then we can go from there. First is going to be a strict press. Second is going to be push press, and then push jerk. All the drill I'm going to do, you can actually find this in a CrossFit L1 certification book, which is available online. Like, it's an open resource. You can actually see all this thing there with cues and methods and everything you want to understand. It's all available. I'm going to share the same information, nothing new, and help you guys go in the right direction, right? So who's going to demonstrate? I would need a demo athlete. I'll take Amanda, and I would come with a 15-pound bar. Yeah. So she's going to demonstrate what is press looks like, overhead press. The movement starts with barbell in front of you and the shoulder. We are first talking about strict press. So when you do a strict press, you don't need to actually have an elbow all the way high. It's a strict press. You're not going to use your the lower body. You're not going to get the momentum from your shoulder. So you want to make sure that your elbow is a little lower and your hands on the bar. Make sense? Before you start pressing, first thing you want to make sure that is you engage your right body parts. Most of the energy you're going to generate from for the press is going to come from your bigger muscle group, which is going to be squeezing your butt, quads, and making everything tight, and then transfer that energy to your shoulder and use that as a pressing mechanism. Make sense? She's going to keep everything tight. You want to make sure that you are a stand where you generate most power. Usually your stand where you generate most power is the jump stand, where you can jump. Make sense? If you stand this wide, it's not the efficient stand to jump. Nobody would like to jump this. You know you're not going to get far. You want to always start jump stand where you can actually generate most power. That's the spot you want to stand. Now, before you start pressing, you have to actually take your head out of the way, right? If your bar is in front of you and you want to press it, your head is out of the way. So first thing you want to figure out how to get the head out of way. 2 options. You can actually just stand and then move your head back, but that sometimes make you overextend your back this way, and it's not efficient. Another way I teach is really easy to follow is just look up for a split of second. So when you're pressing up, just look up. When you look up, your chin is out of way and you can actually press. You can make a straight line for the barbell. You don't need to actually press around your face. Make sense? Both options are fine. Some people are good pressing it back. In L1 seminar, I learned to push it back. I went for advanced seminar with Chad Vaughan. He's one of the Olympic lifter, one of the famous Olympic lifter. Yeah, you can rest. He give this cue where you move head just up and it's easier there. So anything works, whatever works best for you, we're gonna practice and see. Let's go back to shoulder position. Now, to press it, you can keep your elbow a little bit lower, good. You wanna squeeze everything up and start the movement by pressing strict, nice and easy. You don't wanna go all the way back. It's not ending too back, it's just over your head. Now, look at her, what she's doing here. She's loading her wrist, and that's really important. You will find you can keep the barbell this way and press it. Or second way is you keep the barbell and then load your wrist. People who are new to CrossFit have a problem loading their wrist. They say it's bothering, it's hurting, but eventually our wrist is designed to take the load. When we do push-ups, we are supposed to do push-up this way. Nobody does this way, right? His wrist is designed to take the load. When we do handstand push-ups, we go whole body on our wrist, right? Barbell is the same way. When you're going overhead, you want to make sure that you load your wrist and let the load stay there. You can relax, come back. Yeah, put on the ground, relax, shake it out. Any question, guys, till now? So what we're going to do is everybody's going to get the PVC or a normal bar, and then you can take the bar. And we're going to do one press, hold the position there. I'm going to give you cues if it's looking good or not. And we're going to fix everybody's issues. Make sense? So let's get the barbell in front of you. If you can rest it, yeah, that's pretty good position. Can you rest it? The shoulder? Can you bring it up a little bit? Get the barbell. So, few people you would breathe and then get back right there. See that? One more time. Right there. It's a really important trick or tips for efficiency. You don't want anybody to, you don't want to waste time resting here. You can rest, thank you. You don't want to waste time resting here. This is something you will see a lot of new people doing. They will press, bring it here and rest. Teach them. Tell them, hey, just rest there if you need to, breathe there, and then back. It helps. Breathing is really important. If you breathe on the top, you can actually engage everything. On the first rep, when you're starting, you're obviously breathing here and squeezing everything. You create the tension, press it, and then you have to exhale and breathe again, do at the top, and then back. If you are breathing going down and you're not having any air in your stomach at this spot, you're gonna lose it. You're gonna overextend because it's not strong. Your core is gonna support. One of the things I would recommend everybody when you're doing heavy press, get the belt. Belt is not to support your back. Belt is to create tension in your core. So belt is not gonna be in the spot where you are keeping it tight and trying to hold your back. It's not that, that's not the reason we use belt. You're gonna put your belt in your core, right in your core, and try to lock it and hold the oxygen in there or air in there. Doing that actually, tightening your core actually helps you engage your back. So if you have an air here, you can't really extend too much. You have to really stay stable, and that will help you press it overhead. So I would really recommend anytime you're lifting more than 70%, 80%, get a belt. And we have a lot of belt right there. Just tie it in the stomach and use that as a mechanism to engage your core. Or all the new people, they have a weak core when they come in first time if they don't have an athletic experience. You want to build the core or you want to support the core, get as much as possible out of core, right? You don't want to have a weak core and then lift heavy and then pull your back muscle. That's not the goal.